and down under in Australia, where 30.
Let's bring this back. Shout out to the lads. Here I was doing reaction videos to the most disrespectful defendants. And so far, we've only been in the States. And now we travel over to Australia. What are the odds of that? All right, if you're just tuning in, this is part 2 of 20 of the most disrespectful defendants ever in court. And I'm also going to add on to this video with some other funny court moments. All right, so subscribe for the vibe. It's your girl, TT Chanel. Shout out to the lads. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great. Part 2. Let's get into it. I don't understand why people would disrespect the judge. Like, something gotta be mentally wrong with you, honestly. Like, a normal individual does not disrespect a judge. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't. Something's wrong with you.
His drinking glass and hit the head of a security guard. His attorney, an aspiring rugby player, was charged for reckless wounding and assault at a pub while he was drunk. Rose hurled his drinking glass and hit the head of a security guard. His attorney made a case for him, claiming he was a changed man with a steady job and living straight, but the judge wasn't going to allow a lenient ruling for such a serious assault. He was handed a 14-month sentence, and this was his response.
Oh, he wildin'. Yo, you wildin'. You making the situation way, way, way worse, my boy.
Disgusted by the sentencing he received, Rose invokes his inner rugby player and kicks down the door. With things escalating.
Yo, I'm screaming, not his inner rugby player. Yo, these AI voiceovers are hilarious. You know that's exactly what this is.
He decides to throw not one, but 2 chairs at the officers. More officers enter the courtroom, subdue him, and escort him out of the court. For the ruckus caused today,
and you just probably jeopardize your future, bro.
He was handed an additional 8 months to his 14 months. We're headed to the Campbell County Court in Newport, Kentucky, where 34-year-old defendant Michael Hugenberg was charged with assaulting a Campbell County deputy. That is the defendant at the back, and he immediately gets up when jurors walk into the court. Hugenberg is initially held back by the officers, but he wasn't going to take no for an answer. That shrieking sound you heard was Hugenberg getting unforgivably tased. He was subsequently ejected from the court and slapped with another assault charge. He is found guilty, and combined with his original charge, he is sentenced to 12 years in prison. We're back again down under in Australia, where 30.
Let's bring this back. Shout out to the lads. Here I was doing reaction videos to the most disrespectful defendants. And so far, we've only been in the States. And now we travel over to Australia. What are the odds of that? That's God speaking to us. Shout out to the lads. I'm very curious as to what's going to happen in this next video. I'm super, super excited. I'm not going to lie. Wow, sit back, relax. Let's see.
Original charge. He is sentenced to 12 years in prison. We're back again down under in Australia, where 35-year-old Daniel Nicholson has been out of bail awaiting trial for weapons charges. He's in court today to find out if the magistrate will allow him to remain out on pre-trial release.
I revoke bail. I revoke bail. No, you can stop.
Yo, I'm screaming. She said, I revoke bail. He said, please, miss. Yeah. Yo, I get it, because you do want to beg, you know what I'm saying, at that point, like, no judge. But at the same time, it's like, yo, lad, once the judge make that decision, that's it. That's it. You got to appeal it to some, but you can't. You saying, please, her mind made up already.
What's going on, brother? Take a seat. Take a seat. Miss, please, miss. Please, miss. I'll show you what please, miss.
Realizing he's about to be locked up, Nicholson takes matters into his own hands and decides to bail himself out.
Why would you... Yo, shout out to the lads. Yeah, I've never seen. Oh, I gotta look up court TV in Australia or something because this just sparked my interest. Like, y'all be bugging just like we do out here in America, bro. Yo, what? Yo, this guy is. Hold on. Yo, and look. I ain't gonna lie, Australian courtrooms look much more it looks smaller than ours. Unless it's probably like one of those small type of cases, so that would make sense. But yo, this lad is on the table. Yo, this guy bugging out, bro.
He is eventually piled on by officers and hauled out of the court.
Screaming.
He pled guilty to attempting to escape custody and recklessly causing harm to a prescribed emergency worker. He was sentenced.
Yo, but I just want to ask him, like, what was your end game? Like, what were you trying to accomplish? Because you're in a court. So, like, you're in a courthouse. You thought you were just going to walk out? Like, you thought they was going to let you run? Like, what the?
To 21 months in prison and parole eligibility after 1 year.
Oh,
he was
okay.
also to pay a $320 fine for the original gun charge.
Oh, I can't wait to look up Australia TV. Court TV.
Next, we're in Mount Michigan for the virtual arraignment of Isaiah Gardenhire. The 40-year-old was arrested after going on a 2-day crime spree and was charged with multiple offenses, including murder,
Oh, he never getting out.
home invasion, and sexual misconduct. As his long list of charges is being read, Isaiah decides to let out a big yawn. While the prosecutor was discussing the charges of the defendant, Isaiah spoke out and claimed his girlfriend should be the one getting charged.
Charge her with murder because she's the one who did it.
Later in the hearing, the defendant, although handcuffed,
Now he's snitching.
decides to flip a finger at the judge, not once, but twice. The hearing was ultimately cut short due to Isaiah's antics. He's currently being held on $3 million
Yeah, I cannot believe he put his middle finger up. But that wasn't worse than the one who spit. Like, go watch part 1. Yo, we watched somebody spit on a judge. That was crazy.
bond for about 12 criminal charges. First up, we're at the Clark County Court in Ohio for the sentencing of 46-year-old Ohio native Ricky Hand with a fondness for fluids. And I don't mean the good type. This man was seen flinging his excrements in the court of law. Hard to believe? Just keep watching. He'd already been indicted on 30 charges, including safecracking, breaking and entering, aggravated abduction, and robbery.
He looks crazy. He did it.
Apparently, before the sentencing, Ricky Hand thought he was going to be handed a 23-year sentence, but after hearing the ruling given by Judge Richard O'Neill, he had some things to get off his chest and out of his arm.
Did you just give me 40 years, sir? Yes. You just gave me 40 years.
He said, "Did you just give me 40 years?" The judge said, "Yes, sir." Yo, you get 40 years in jail, bro, your life over. I don't care. 40 years? Bro, just think about it. 40 years! Like, think about from the time when you were a kid. All right, I'm 31 years old. So I've been on this earth for 31 years. I could tell you stories for days. So now imagine being in jail for 40 years. How long that would be. It's crazy.
Yes.
And shortly after, from his arm sling, out came a barrage of bodily fluids.
Ew!
Sir,
Ew! Ew! Yo, that's mad nasty! Yo, do you peep how the... Yo, peep how the lawyer got up out of there! Yo, look! Yo, I respect anybody that had this type of job because I'm sure he got a public defender. He looks like a piece of shit. So he has a public defender and like they got to deal with this, man. It kind of sucks, but look.
Barrage of bodily
Look
fluids.
look at the lawyer. Look. 1 second. Ew, even that look like his even whatever that was, whatever that was he pulled out of there looked like his thing.
you just gave me 40 years. Yes.
And shortly after, from his arm sling, out came a barrage of bodily fluids.
Look. Stank. Look at it. I'm getting out of here.
He'd
Shout out to the brave policeman that had to come in at a terrible time like that.
been gathering his feces and urine in his jail cell for weeks leading up to the fecal fracas, and he kept it in his arm sling. He was immediately subdued by the court security, and his verdict of 40 years in prison still stands.
Nah, he would have had to add some more years after doing that. We're about to look up some Australian court time. So yeah, stay with us. All right, so I couldn't find much on like Australian court. That's weird. Like, you could see a whole bunch of our court moments, and you know, I'm sure y'all lads be on one too, just as much as we do. Hold on, let me fix my pillow. Just as much as we do. So yeah, drop a comment. Where can I get some Australian court clips from? Funny moments, all types of news and stuff like that. Y'all know I'm nosy, so yeah. But I did find this. So this says Supreme Court judge charged, media locked out of court. So that means that a lot of your, I'm guessing a lot of your court cases, the media is locked out. I'm not sure. This does seem like it's a very high profile case. I mean, it's a Supreme Court. And this just happened like 12 days ago. So we're going to get into this and just, you know, get in Australia's business a little bit. Let's go. The media can't get in because there's not enough security on a day of a high profile case like this in Australia. Something ain't right, lads. Something ain't right. Girl, he crashed out, lads. He crashed out. He was ready to lose his job about that. But I can't curse. So, well, I can't curse, but I can't curse too much. So he was ready to lose it all about that shorty, B. That's me. Now that ain't me. I ain't ready to crash out about the shorty. But if I love her, don't touch her, you know what I'm saying? Leave her alone. But you a whole judge and you ready to crash out about that? That would be some good cat.
Interrogate.
Some good cat. She had that war vibe for the vibe.